Hello everyone, Mr. Odom here, and we are going to practice multiplying rational numbers. I made a video for section 2.4 where we practice dividing rational numbers. This one we're just going to multiply that. You'll need a pencil, composition book, notebook paper to take notes, and probably a calculator, especially for problem 28, where you'll just put those values in your calculator and get an answer. All right, so let's get started. So for problem 22, I have negative 1/4 times, I like to use the dot. That's my own personal thing. I get rid of that multiplication sign because once you take algebra, that looks confusing. Like that could be the variable x. So I like to use the dot. Times -4/3. Okay, so is my answer going to be positive or negative? Well, the signs of these two rational numbers are negative. They have the same sign, so my answer will be positive. So that's what I do first. I figure out the sign of my answer. Then I look to see if I can cancel. Here I've got 4 in the numerator and 4 in the denominator. And so now I can just go ahead and multiply my numerators, which are just 1 times 1, and I get 1. My denominator is 1 times 3, and I get 3. Again, my answer will be positive because these two rational numbers have the same sign. And boom, I'm done. Okay, let's look at number 24. Here I have -2, and I'm just going to put that over 1 because I know that I'm dealing with rational numbers, so I might as well just turn that integer, -2, into a fraction. For the second one, let me write this mixed number as an improper fraction. So 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5, and it's still going to be negative. So -5/4. Okay? And is my answer going to be positive or negative? Well, these two rational numbers have the same sign, so my answer will be positive. So I don't even think about the sign anymore. My answer is going to be positive. Next, I look to see if I can cancel. And I can with the 2 and the 4. They cancel. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by, that's not 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So there we go. I was working on making sure that I got the wrong answer because I didn't cancel correctly. Make sure you cancel correctly so that way you get the right answer. So now I have 1 times 5 is just 5, and 1 times 2 is 2, and my answer is going to be 5/2. And if I want to write that as a mixed number, I can. 5 divided by 2 is 2, and I have leftovers. I have a half left over. So there you go. That's the answer to 24. Number 28, we really just need to make sure we get the right sign. So first, let me take -8. So -8 times 0.09 times -0.5. So I just put that all three of those in my calculator, multiplying them together, and I end up with a positive number, right? Because a negative times positive is negative, and negative times negative is positive. So my answer should be positive, and I get 0.36. So there's one of those calculator problems, and then we're good with that. All right, last one. -1 2/3 to the third power means I take -1 2/3, multiply it by -1 2/3, and then multiply that by -1 2/3. All right, so let's go ahead and turn these into improper fractions. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So each one of these is going to be negative 5/3. Negative 5/3 here, and negative 5/3 here. And let's figure out what the sign of my answer will be. So a negative number times a negative number is a positive number. So when I multiply these two, I get a positive answer. So a positive number times a negative number is negative. So I know my answer will be negative. And I go ahead and just do the multiplication. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And if you want to turn that into a mixed number, you go ahead and take 125 divided by 27, and you'll end up with a 4. Notice I'm keeping the negative in my answer. Let's see, what is 27 times 4 is 108. So 125 minus 108 is 17. So I could write my answer this way if I want to write it as a mixed number. Notice that took some work. That's why I tell you, you can just leave your answer as an improper fraction. I'm good with that. So there you go. We just multiplied some rational numbers together, and we got some answers, and that's what we're trying to do. So hopefully you have a good day. It's Mr. Odom, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Take it easy. You guys are awesome. I'm out.